Hello, guys, and welcome. And this is where the challenge begins for us. So, I've started the RuneScape 3 character, as you can see, making him here. Just a fairly basic character to get us started. I'm not fully set on the challenge that we're actually going to be doing, so you have to bear with me. It could be we're going for a max character here, which I'll be honest, I've never done, but would be quite interesting to do. Or, as I said, we might be shooting for a possible Christmas cracker or party hat. So I have to wait and see on that one. I have had a couple of issues with screen recording, so you have to bear with me a little bit if it's a bit pixelated. The next couple of videos aren't so bad with pixelation, so hopefully I've sorted that out within OBS Studio itself. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. I've also got old school RuneScape about to be started as well, so the characters will be running simultaneously. So you can kind of take your pick, really, if you prefer modern RuneScape or older RuneScape. I literally have never played old school RuneScape, apart from when it was literally 2009 or 8, whenever I played before. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting ride, that's for sure. So please do check out both types of videos, both old school and new school RuneScape, just to, get a feel for the challenge and everything. But yeah, so we're going to be getting started fairly simply. We're going to go through a little tutorial just to show people that don't know about RuneScape what's actually involved. So we're also not going to be playing Iron Man, that's for sure. I mean, this challenge is going to be hard enough as it is. So, you can read through there on the rules if you like to see what Iron Man involves, but we will be playing standard. So, yeah, not taking that one on as well right now. Yeah, that's pretty much all there is for it at the moment. I'm going to go through a couple tutorial bits and pieces, get to grips with things. Obviously, the character's all created, just got to name the character. Going to keep it fairly basic to the channel, Gorgon Review, and go from there. So, if you guys got any suggestions you want to add in, if you think you know of any good money making methods or anything I should know going into the newer skills, possibly later on, drop a comment down below, just in case there's anything I'm missing. Now, I think this is definitely where we're going to see a lot of the differences between RuneScape 3 and old school RuneScape, and that is the graphics. So, if you don't know, obviously old school is quite self-explanatory. The graphics are not to the same standard, and that's on purpose. It's actually meant to look like it did in 2007. So, if you'd like to know more about that, there are plenty of videos on YouTube explaining how old school came about and why it was asked for due to many different reasons, such as the evolution of combat, which, if you know anything about that, you'll know the trials and tribulations of what happened there. But yeah, there's also a good RuneScape documentary I watched recently, also on YouTube, so please do check that out. That was actually quite informative. But yeah, we're going to run through some basic tutorial tasks just to, get to grips with things again, and then we will be setting out on our own. Now, a lot of these beginning tasks do seem quite obvious and self-explanatory of how to train these skills. But if you're going for a max play, you might as well knock off a couple of the small tutorial tasks along the way, little bits and bobs, that adds up towards having a complete character. So, make sure to get that done early. Also, if you're new to RuneScape, make sure to go through some of the tutorials because they do help. If you don't know how to train a certain skill, it will lead you through all the basics. As you can see here, fishing. You click the water, you start fishing. That's quite simple, I think. But, there's slightly more difficult things you may not understand, when it comes to smelting bars, like, making, I don't know, bronze bars and things like that. You need two different types of ore, which is tin and copper. It will also lead you through that. So, make sure if you're new to RuneScape, just go through tutorials, just, play it through a little bit. But once we're finished off with these, we will be visiting all the lodestones, which are teleportation methods which get you to the main areas that you need to be in to get you around RuneScape a lot quicker, basically. So you need to go to each one and activate it. So we'll be doing the long walks just to get that done. But once it's done once, they're open all the time, so you can teleport, whenever you need to. Also, it may seem like I'm leveling up quite quickly, as you can see, cooking level 4 almost immediately. It's not that simple throughout, as the distance of XP you need between the levels as you go up becomes a lot greater. Um, I'm trying to remember the exact figure, but I think the difference between like level 92, I believe, and 99 is basically halfway to 99. So just those 7 levels is the same difference you've just done to level 92. I mean, I could be wrong in that. It's something around those levels. So that should make you understand how challenging it is to get to level 99 overall in a skill. It does take a lot of work. And also, then again, once you've hit level 99, I think some of these might be 120 now. I could be wrong in that. I'll find out shortly. It's not over there because if you look at a certain skill underneath, it will tell you the amount of XP that you currently hold within that skill. Now, uh, I think it's 200 million by memory. That is the max XP you can receive in any given skill. So if you go onto the leaderboards on the RuneScape site, it will show you what the top players in the world are at, and they will have 200 million experience in every skill. So you can imagine how many hours that would take when general little things here and there take like 5-10 XP a time. Imagine how long 200 million takes. But then again, do we class a max player as all top levels, or do we count a max player as 200 million experience in every skill? That's something we're going to have to discuss as a community, I think, which would be quite fun. But also, I will talk later on down the line about membership because a lot of the skills are members only. So you have quite a lot of things that you can do in free to play, but there are quite a few skills that are members only. Um, I don't want to pay for any membership on this challenge. So the method I'm thinking of doing is using bonds. Now, bonds are in RuneScape and they are able to be purchased through RuneScape coins through the Grand Exchange. Now, some people don't like the idea of bonds as they're kind of bringing real world trading in some people's eyes, which that's entirely your opinion. That's up to you. I'm not saying what's right or wrong, but for the purpose of this challenge, I will be using bonds when we get to the membership stage to purchase a membership. Now, I don't know if this has changed, so I'm going to have to look into this as well, but one bond should give you 14 days of membership. Now, the current price of bonds is quite high. It's in the, well, over 100 million, I think it is currently, which obviously is astronomically high. So my idea and way of thinking is to complete all of the free-to-play skills and obviously, gain a lot of money along the way, different money-making methods through the skills, but also through merchanting. That's where you guys come in. If you've got any ideas of how to earn, RuneScape gold in a good method, I don't know, 500,000, 600,000 an hour, something like that, something basic. We will use those methods as well. I won't bore you with all of those methods, in these kinds of chats, but I will put long plays out there so you can see what methods I'm using. But yeah, we'll be using all of the in-game cash to pay for the membership. So from beginning to finish, this account will never have a real penny put into the account. It will all be paid for by the earnings from the free to play. And then obviously when we are a member through the bonds, it will become slightly easier because we can use member skills to earn the money and keep up the membership. Now, I know I've probably dragged on a little bit in this video, just chatting away to you guys. But if you have made it this far, I will just explain one thing. You may notice that there is no sound in this video coming from RuneScape itself. That is not due to copyright or anything like that. I had a slight issue when recording through OBS Studio where it purely recorded my microphone output and not the sound from the game. So obviously I am talking over this retrospectively, not as I'm playing. But the follow-up videos should have full sound in there as well. So all the long play videos will have full sound output. You will hear everything, see everything, hopefully. But yeah, that was a slight overlook on my behalf. This is all done on a MacBook Pro if you're interested, but I am currently in the midst of getting a gaming PC as well. So we will be using that for, future recordings. So as you can see there, we had some slight pixelation issues as well. I think I have rectified that in future videos now with the bit rate. I think I had it set a little bit too low. It was to about 2000. I've now got it up around 6000 bit rate. And also the resolution has been set to a different setting. So hopefully this will solve any issues going forward with pixelation. But yeah, I think we're going to leave it there, guys. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the first video on the RuneScape series. Just some, basic getting to grips with things. But we are going to be starting off for skills. We're going to be starting off going for some cash through the Grand Exchange. And we're going to be working forward. So next up, the lodestones. But I'll get that done. Stick a little short out there for you guys to see where the lodestones are and how to activate them if you need to know. But yeah, I'm gonna leave you guys there and I'll catch you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate it. And happy RuneScaping, guys.